You know that feeling when you have an amazing travel experience and you just wish you could bottle it up and keep it forever? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to do that on paper. We're going to turn your memories into journal entries so good, you'll feel like you're right back there every time you read them. Let's get into it. Wow, just listen to that. Doesn't that one sentence just take you somewhere? It's not just saying what happened, it's painting a picture, it's creating a feeling. And folks, that is the magic of a great travel journal. Okay, so we're going to start with a perfect example of a travel journal entry. Let's think of it as our masterpiece for today. We're going to read it, soak it in, and then we're going to take it apart piece by piece to figure out what makes it tick. All right, here it is. I want you to just listen and try to picture this. March 8th, 2025, Aswan, Egypt. Today, I spent a calm, unforgettable day in Aswan by the Nile. In the morning, I walked along the Corniche and watched the feluccas glide over the shining water. The air felt fresher than in my hometown, and the pace here was pleasantly slow. I visited Philae Temple and admired the carved columns and quiet courtyards. The guide's stories made the history feel vivid, as if the past was still breathing beside the river. At noon, I tried a simple lunch of grilled fish and rice at a small riverside cafe. The smells of spices filled the air, and soft music played in the background. Later, I rowed a boat to a Nubian village and greeted friendly shopkeepers with warm smiles. By sunset, the sky turned gold and pink. I wrote these notes feeling grateful and peaceful, hoping to return very soon, one day again. Pretty incredible, right? You can almost feel the sun and smell the spices. So the big question is, how do you write something that good, that powerful? Well, here's the good news. It's not as complicated as you might think. It really just boils down to two things: the words you pick and the structure you use. So let's start with the first ingredient, the words, because choosing the right words can take a boring description and turn it into a living, breathing scene that just jumps off the page. Okay, let's grab our first keyword from that journal entry: pace. Yeah, it just means the speed of something. It's a simple little word, but it has a huge impact on how you describe the feel of a place. And look at how it's used here. The writer didn't just say the pace was slow, they said it was pleasantly slow. That one extra word, pleasantly, tells you everything. It's not boring slow, it's relaxing slow. It conveys this amazing sense of calm. And hey, you've got options here. You could talk about the speed of a city, or the rate of life, or even its tempo. Each one has a slightly different flavor, right? These are all tools you can use to paint a more specific picture. Next up, we have an absolutely fantastic adjective: vivid. Honestly, this should be your goal as a writer. You don't just want to tell the reader what happened. You want to make the memory vivid in their mind, so they can see and feel it just like you did. And this line just nails it. The history wasn't just interesting, it was vivid. And then look at that comparison, as if the past was still breathing. Wow, that is how you create an image that's going to stick with someone. Here's another great one: mural. It's just a noun for a big picture painted right on a wall, but using a specific word like that immediately gives the reader a much clearer and stronger visual. Now check out how this is used. It doesn't just say there are murals. It describes them as brighter and more playful. See that? Those two little words tell you so much about the vibe and the character of that place. It's all about adding that extra layer. And you can totally play around with this word. You could call it a wall painting or a fresco, or you could talk about the artist, the muralist. See, you're building your vocabulary and your descriptive powers all at once. Okay, so we've got our powerful words, our paint, if you will. Now, how do we put them on the canvas? Let's talk about the blueprint. Every great journal entry needs a solid, simple structure. And here is the best part. The structure is so easy. It's just 5 simple steps. You start with the basics, right? Date and place. Then a quick intro. The main body is where you tell the story of what happened. After that, you write about how it all made you feel, and you wrap it up with a final thought or reflection. That's it. So simple. Now, inside that structure, here are a few pro tips to make your writing really shine. We've already talked about using descriptive language. Next, and this is crucial, you've got to use sensory details. We'll get to that in a sec. And remember, this is your story, so write in the first person: I, me, my, and keep it personal. It's not a history book, it's your journal.
All right, let's zoom in on those sensory details because this, my friends, is the secret sauce. This is what pulls your reader into the moment with you. You have to ask yourself, what did I see? What did I hear? What did I smell? What did I taste or touch?
Let's go back to our Aswan journal one last time. Look at this perfect example. The smells of spices, check, that smell, and soft music played, check, that sound. In just one sentence, that little riverside cafe comes completely alive. You can do this in your own writing, starting right now.
So, there you have it. You have the tools. You've got the vocabulary, you've got the blueprint. Now it's time to put it all together and, start your own adventure. And really, that's all it is. There's no big mystery here. The secret formula for an unforgettable travel journal is just this: powerful words plus a simple structure. That's it. You can totally do this.
Let's end right where we started, with that beautiful closing line. This sentence isn't just a summary of the day, it's a reflection. It captures the real emotion of the experience, that feeling of gratitude and peace. And really, isn't that the whole point of keeping a journal in the first place?
So, I'll just leave you with this one last question. Where will your first journal entry take you? Think of a place, any place, real or imaginary, and just start painting that picture with your words. Your adventure is waiting.